Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of Franklin Roosevelt, knew how to assert herself. She was somewhat controversial in her day, and she was never reluctant to speak her mind. One day, apparently, she left the White House to visit a prison in Baltimore. And she left early, and she didn't tell the president where she was going. And so the president asked the secretary, they said, where's Eleanor? And her secretary responded, she's in prison, Mr. President. And he responded, I'm not surprised. But what for? True story. It's interesting, isn't it? You may have heard this name in the 80s. There was a movie called Stand and Deliver. It was about a young man called Jamie Escalante. He was a gifted teacher and remarkable person. He emigrated from Bolivia in 1969, where he taught mathematics and physics. And he came to America, and he wanted to teach mathematics and physics here as well. There was just one slight little problem. He didn't have the credentials, the teaching certifications, nor did he know how to speak a word of English. At age 30, he re-entered school for his teaching certifications and taught himself English. And you know, my friends, a few years later, he was regarded as one of the leading authorities on teaching math in the United States. And they said he was well known for instilling that same determination in his students. And that's what this gospel is all about, my friends. Determination. Determination. Listen to this gospel. This woman calls out to Jesus, have pity on me. And she says, my daughter is tormented by a demon. And Jesus responds, how? He doesn't. He ignores her. Then the disciples say to her, send her away. Get her away from us. So after 2 rejections, what does she do? She keeps coming. And Jesus says, for a 3rd time, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. She's a Canaanite woman. I've only came for the Jewish people. 3rd time. He's publicly saying this to this woman. And the woman did what? She kept coming. She said, Lord, help me. And for the 4th time, Jesus says, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. He even gives her a little jab. The word dog here is like a friendly pet, calling a Canaanite woman, look, and was calling her a slang word. 4 times. 4 times he said no to this woman publicly. And she did what? She kept coming. Please, even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters. Why? What's the purpose of this gospel, my friends? Henry Ward Beecher tells a story when he was a young boy. He was called to recite something in front of the class, and he had just begun the first couple lines, and the teacher emphatically said no. He started over again, repeated the same words that he said the first time, and she said again, no. And humiliated, he sat down. The next boy got up and rose and recited the same thing, and she said the same thing to him after 2 or 3 sentences, no. He started again, and she said no. And after the second no, this young boy started to continue to recite the poem. And after he recited, she said, very good. He sat down. Henry Ward Beecher raised his hands. He says, you know, I said the same words that he said. And the teacher responded, it's not enough to know your lesson. You must be sure. When you allowed me to stop, it meant that you were uncertain. If all the world says no, it is your business to say yes. You know, my friends, the world is very good at saying no, isn't it? No, you can't do that. No, you're too old, you're too young, you're not smart enough, you don't have the education. No, no, no. And then the spiritual life, no, you shouldn't come to Mass, it's a waste of time. No, you don't have to obey the commandments, they're outdated. No, God won't answer your prayers. How many no's are in our life, aren't they, my friends? No, no, no. And Jesus says, keeps saying to us, say yes. Because when you say yes, the convictions are born. That's where convictions and a stronger faith comes from, my friends. And we need to learn that beautiful lesson, don't we? We give up too quickly, all of us. 4 times. 4 times he publicly humiliated this woman. And after the 5th time, he answered her prayer, didn't he? He not only answered her prayer, but he said to her, "O woman, great is your faith." So beautiful lesson for all of us, my friends, isn't it? When the world says yes, or when the world says no, my friends, we need to start saying yes, don't we? Because that's where the strength and convictions of our faith are found. God bless you.